Welcome to the inaugural episode of No More Games. I'm Buster, this is my co-host Boingo, and today we're just gonna introduce the show.
Yeah. Fucking tutorial level right now, folks.
So what's this podcast about, you may say? What will differentiate it from every other gaming podcast? Well, it has Boingo.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, so this podcast will cover news, new releases of the industry, backlog updates, and general video
Just
game
vibes.
shenanigans. I realize in my notes. Yeah, vibes. Good vibes. Not the Good Vibes Gaming podcast, but you know what I mean. I just realized I typed general video shenanigans instead of video game shenanigans, so I guess this is a Blu-ray podcast now.
I mean, games are on Blu-rays.
Yeah.
For the sake of argument, why don't we just give a general overview of, like, why should you listen to us talk about video games rather than anyone else?
We like JRPGs.
I mean, yeah.
Like, if you looked at Nintendo Tube, a lot of Nintendo Tube does not like JRPGs.
It's weird. It's like, I don't get it. JRPGs are fun. They're great. They're grand.
Yeah, like, honestly, a lot of the older ones have aged better than most games I've played, but that's a whole other argument we can get
I think it's
into
because, like, the
on a
mechanics that JRPGs are playing with have been around since the 70s and tabletop.
Should we get into news?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of news, and
Yeah, there's really just one news.
one news.
I mean, there is. Yeah, one piece of news. I mean, we will eventually get to, like, talking about company corruptions when it calls for. But
So,
like, just
next
to get us
episode.
out the
Next
way,
episode.
Next episode, we're definitely going to be saying screw Activision Blizzard or Riot
Next
Games.
episode, we're going to be putting on our face masks, grabbing our Molotovs.
Yeah, so the only piece of news we got to talk about this week is the 2021 Game Awards is happening on December 9th. Thursday once again. What the hell is Jeff Keighley's obsession with Thursday?
It might just be a good primetime spot for television, you know?
I guess. I mean, like, the Oscars and, like, Grammys, they always happen on Sundays. So like,
yeah, but that's also, like, an air of prestige. They're just trying to get advertisers.
But yeah, that's gonna happen. Of course, we are not here for the awards, except Metroid Dread. I guess. I mean, well, there's some good games that got nominated. Deathloop, Guardians.
That's the thing, though. Like, there should be a games awards. Like there should be artistic awards for games. There just hasn't been a good, reliable form of that pretty much ever.
Yeah, like, because a lot of, like, there'll be a lot of snubs. Like, I feel like gaming is so wide but, like, a lot of game fans, they only like going to certain sections. So it's like that wide area is gonna still be untapped and, like, left to be snubbed.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. You could talk about the most brilliant action mechanics in games, but here's the thing, fighting games, though. How many people play them?
Yeah.
But they are some of the most complex, in-depth looks at action and mechanics, period. But they won't get looked at because fighting games are a niche.
It's very similar to, like, I'd say, like, other award shows and other mediums where it's always going to be the big guys, the AAAs that are going to get, like, the big spots, while the nichers have to fight for the breadcrumbs they get. I mean, that, like, then again, I think a lot of people have said just awards are BS, you know, that they don't determine what games everyone and you can enjoy by that record, but it's still fun to see, honestly.
Here's the thing about awards. If you look at awards as a form of hoity-toity critique, it's more or less, you did so much correct that it is worthy of extreme praise. I'm thinking about it. I know what could make a good, solid video games awards, because Films has it already. It's basically a peer-reviewed award show done through, like, the Screen Actors Guild and the Writers Guild. Who's the guy who runs them? I can't remember his name.
Jeff Keighley. So, like, my big problem with the Game Awards is that they're more like, compared to other award shows, they're not really focused on the awards, which it's fine, because honestly, what makes the Game Awards more enticing is the advertisements, but that's kind of a problem when we're not there for the title of the show.
Yeah, I think that's mostly just because he's trying to have legitimacy within the industry itself. You know, game companies are a lot more willing to play ball if you go like, oh yeah, we'll fucking show off whatever shit you want to show off. All right, cool. Yeah, no, we can bring so and so out. Yeah, no, we're good.
And honestly, I feel like without a new Smash character on the horizon, these awards announcements might be very what was the big announcement like last time at the Game Awards?
Uh,
Sephiroth for Smash. I guess Perfect Dark, but like we haven't heard anything about that since.
Maybe I I could see a few things maybe being announced. Maybe some PS5 exclusive that they've been having in their back pocket. If they're really bold and got the fucking money for it, maybe a sneak look at Elder Scrolls 6.
That would be neat. I thought, well, Starfield has to come out first.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, these are things that go, like, that might be a big ticket item that they'd go, like, all right, we can hang the rest of these lackluster trailers on.
Can't wait to see Vin Diesel again. Vin Diesel has showed up at the Game Awards twice in a row. First in that Fast and Furious game, and then the second in that, like, was it called Ark, I think?
I mean, Vin Diesel's a huge goddamn nerd.
I guess, but like it's just odd that he's like now. Like I guess he's at that actor point where he's like, I want to do video games.
I mean, he's been part of video games for years. Just look at Chronicles of Riddick, Butcher Bay.
I have not heard of like Vin Diesel being in video games until like the Fast and the Furious game.
Oh my god, you're a youngin, so you don't know about the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Let me explain it to you real quick. It is a Vin Diesel starring franchise where he basically plays a Gary Stu in a sci-fi Star Wars-y kind of universe, but like edgy.
Interesting. I feel like that would have gotten like a bunch of YouTube videos already.
It's weird, like it's very weird because the first movie of the whole series is like an Aliens ripoff. They go to a planet, and whenever night happens, a bunch of fucking aliens come out and attack everybody. And on this planet, when night happens, it lasts for like a month, so they're trying to escape the planet before night falls, you know? But Vin Diesel, he's a special boy because he has eyes that can see in the dark, and he's cool and edgy.
Why the hell does this sound like those Resident Evil films starring the director's wife?
Yeah. But in like the second movie, the second movie, third of the franchise, because they had a fucking anime OVA, essentially.
Wait, what? Vin Diesel anime?
It was animated by the dude who did have you ever seen Aeon Flux from MTV?
Oh, I've heard of that. I heard it's very like mind warping.
Yeah, but it's animated by that dude. But in the third one, he fights a group of guys called like the Necro something, and basically they worship death. So there's an idea of like you keep what you kill. So he kills them, and then he becomes their leader. Like it's weird.
What does this have to, like, isn't this a movie franchise?
Yes, there's like 3-4 movies.
Didn't you say something about video games about it?
Oh yeah, no, they made a video game called Chronicles of Riddick, Butcher Bay, which is canon to the whole series.
I'll probably look into this. This is like peak what happened material.
Oh, it is so much so because okay, have you ever seen a Godsmack CD?
No.
God damn. Okay, imagine early 2000s Butt Rock. This is the movie version of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've been calling him Riddick because that's the character's name. His full name is Richard B. Riddick.
Dang, that's so. It's like the most plain. Like 2/3 of that are so plain, and then Riddick.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Pitch Black, Dark Fury, Chronicles of Riddick, and the last one is just Riddick. He's the last of his kind alien dude.
Dang, we went on a big Chronicles of Riddick tangent.
Here's the thing, I fucking loved that when I was a kid. Yeah. Here is the cover of the game. It's like, if I remember right, it's kind of like Deus Ex Immersive Sim.
The most hilariously edgy stuff I've seen in a while.
And here's the thing, it's Vin Diesel's baby. He loves this shit.
I wonder if they'll reboot it one day.
But here's the other thing, it like the games were actually real. The first game was actually pretty well received.
Oh,
it's the second one too. Like I'm looking at the scores: B-, 8 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10.
Well, you never
4.5 out of 5.
Some game reviewers are smoked out of their minds.
7.4 out of 10. Vin Diesel's a huge ass nerd. He made an entire movie about his D&D OC.
What? Oh, Okay, we need to move on before we go even deeper into this rabbit
Just
hole.
remind me, and
But
I'll
yeah,
fucking tell you about the game.
yeah, we need like a special episode of that. Game Awards is happening. Maybe Vin Diesel will show up for the third time, so all this discussion about him can be warranted. I personally hope for some FF16 news. Maybe Persona Shin Megami Tensei. Who knows? You never know. The Game Awards, it's like a grab bag. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe Breath of the Wild too. Probably Breath of the Wild
Oh
too.
yeah, no, we could. I could see us getting a teaser and getting a full thing at the next E3.
Yeah. Maybe they'll pull like what they did with the first Breath of the Wild, and it'll be like the only game they're showing on E3. But you never know. Anyway, on to the new releases. We only got 2 this week, but because like last month was like last 2 months have been like just boom, 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 new games, new games, new games. Whoa, it's Nickelodeon Fighter, Metroid, Shin Megami Tensei.
It's almost as if there's a major gift giving holiday coming up soon.
Anyway, Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker. Apparently, the early access starts, I think, by the time we've uploaded this. But the full thing will come out on December 7th. Halo Infinite campaign, the multiplayer is already out for free on December 7th. Actually, let's talk about Halo Infinite a bit. I know you played it on stream today at the time of recording
Yeah, I
this.
played some. Here's the thing though, like I really enjoyed it when I could play it, but like something was being goofy. I don't know if it was my internet connection, my computer, or a combination of both. So it was a little laggy, a little pingy, a little goofy. But what I played, it's fun, it's really engaging, even when I'm dying, because I keep going like, oh, I could have done that better. Oh, I see what I did wrong.
Yeah, because like a lot of like free to play shooters like these days are like battle royales, but this is like a free to play shooter that's like more
Mhm,
classical. Like it's like more shoot respawn, and I think that we kind of need more like
mhm.
that. Splitgate kind of had that. Although the only thing I've been hearing negative about Infinite is not the gameplay; it's the microtransaction
Yeah,
system.
I haven't looked at that at all, and I don't want to.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
bad. It's
But
bad.
overall, I'm enjoying it, and it is giving me like the right kind of feedback of like I know how I fucked up whenever I die. It's never a cheap death. It's never like, oh, what the fuck happened here? It's like, oh, I wasn't keeping an eye on my back. Oh, I wasn't peeking around corners. Oh, I wasn't doing this. Oh, I wasn't doing that. Okay, I need to keep a better eye.
Yeah, I wonder how the campaign will be designed because I know like the 343 Industries campaigns is like the finale of them, but I know they've been pretty polarizing, especially
Yeah,
5.
I haven't been. I have never played fucking Halo till recently. I have the Master Chief Collection, and me and some friends have been talking about like, yo, what if we co-op the games and did all that kind of stuff?
Oh, that would be super fun to watch, like if you stream it.
Yeah, yeah,
I mentioned the Boingo streaming a lot
yeah,
because they do.
yeah. Twitch.tv/Boingo Writer.
Yeah, early plug out of the way. And speaking of backlogs and games, welcome to the segment of the show where me and Boy go talk about what games we played over the last few weeks. I got 2, actually probably more because Shin Megami Tensei, but I'm putting that on hold until I get done with Guardians. Let's start with Guardians. I haven't finished that game yet. It is surprisingly good. Like surprisingly good. Like I enjoy it.
Yeah, it looked
Now
enjoyable when I saw the trailers.
Oh yeah, honestly, like I think the trailers were actually well done. The problem is they just spent too much time at it in E3, and also we had that stink of the Avengers game already in our
Mm.
brains. So oh god, this could easily end up like that. But now that we have it in our hands, it's pretty dope actually.
It seems like a good mix of like the fun action adventure shoot 'em ups and like character interaction and mechanics of the Telltale games.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of like choice in there. And actually like well, it doesn't like change the ending. It does like change how you progress through it. Like if you do this, it'll be easier to progress through that area. Like for example, I would hide the space llama. It chewed through a hole and I could escape easier from like an area. So that's pretty dope. There's like little more of these things. Also, the dialogue surprised me. Yeah, you have like filler lines, but the overall like the broad strokes, very fun dialogue. The voice actors do a great job, and I'm still a bit hesitant on like specifically Star Lord's character designs. Everyone else is fine, but I really grown to like his jacket, like especially the words on the Star Lord typography on the back.
And I can understand why he ain't totally feeling the face of that Star-Lord, but he kind of vibes with a bunch of different comic book Star-Lords, and that's the big thing, is like this game seems to take a lot from the comics just as much as the MCU.
Oh yeah, there's like a lot of characters I'm like, oh, I haven't seen you teased yet, like Lady Hellbender, the World Mind. There's a lot of like interesting ways they use the lore. I also like the changes they make. Like Gamora and Drax are like very new to the team. Like Rocket and Groot and Star Lord, they've been together for a bit longer. There's like Star Lord was a bit older when he got off Earth, and there's a different way he got off Earth. Again, I haven't finished it yet. I don't know how the story's gonna end, but like so far it's been really good. And although it is kind of like, have you played God of War 2015, 2018?
No, I haven't. I haven't played a single God of War.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know that like triple A PlayStation style.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, there is a bit of that there.
Mm.
There's a lot of like crawling through walls and
Let's do things to purposely slow down the player so we can show more dialogue and story.
yeah, and there's a lot of dialogue and story. Like they maybe a bit too much because I would like, as someone who likes going through games fast, like I would constantly run and I would like miss out on like huge slots of dialogue, which I'm not sure how well of game design that is.
It's game designed to make you
Yeah.
feel like you're getting the most bang out of your $70 buck. There's a lot of things in the game's economy that's just weird.
Speaking of being on PS5, despite that, this game is kind of buggy. Gonna be honest.
What? A new AAA video game being buggy? Shocking. Aw.
Granted, it's not game breaking, but like I did have to like, I got soft lock on an area. Like some AI was being wacky. There's a lot of enemy clipping. Honestly, it could be more polished than it is. At least it's like manageable, more polished than Avengers was. But like you could tell, this probably needed like an extra, maybe I don't know, 2 months in QA.
I think the biggest problem is just overworking divisions like that, you know? They were probably already overworked, and they got as best as they could, you know?
Yeah, but like, yeah, I would recommend this game. It's
It
fun.
definitely feels like the kind of game, like, I would wait till it's, like, $30, $40 used.
Oh, definitely. It was like $25 on Black Friday, and that's like a perfect deal for this game, honestly. Also, I forgot to mention, I love the assist moves you can do with the other Guardians. You do primarily play a Star Lord, but like I love all the crazy moves you can unlock and use with the other Guardians.
I know we already had the Avengers kerfuffle, but, like, that system with Cap, Thor, Tony, that could be, like, a very interesting game, especially if you, like, actually do the bounce mechanics with Cap Shield.
Oh yeah, that would be really. They should have done that, like, cause like now resources aren't being like stretched out. They have like more time for like dialogue and like polished graphics and stuff, and just making the game fun. Because the I feel like the combat's super satisfying in this game, unlike Avengers, which felt like the most clunky, like click A, click B. It just wasn't. Like I know people saying like, oh, if the Avengers only sucks because of the story and microtransactions. No, the suck hole goes deeper. Yeah.
Or maybe, you know
But
what could also be a good idea? X-Men.
would recommend Guardians, preferably at a discount. The other game I played was the new Pokemon. It was Pokemon. To be honest, I'm not that fond of Gen 4, so like this didn't really click with me. But it's still fun. It's still fun. It's still Pokemon. I just not my preferred Pokemon game.
That game feels more like it's less about, hey, experience new Pokemon in a brand new way, and more, we wanted to re-release the game, but there's like an internal mandate where we just can't re-release a game, so we made this very cheap port,
Yeah.
remaster, remake, justify putting it on a new console without putting it on a new console, you know what I mean? We're now at the point of Pokemon games where it's just like, it's good, it still looks solid.
But anyway, what? Yeah, I just hope Legends is good because honestly, it's not like the gameplay is fine. I don't mind the graphics. I just never been the biggest fan of Sinnoh, like,
Yeah.
and especially because apparently everything Platinum introduced was gutted out of these remakes, except for like an improved Underground.
I mean, that's what they've been
So
doing with these remakes post and 3 ones going forward, yeah, because it's just like everybody loves the additions made in the third game, and they were like, let's just ignore all of that.
I'm just hoping for Legends to be better. This just seems like a stopgap game that's just like, well, we need to make these games re-accessible because they're like thousands of dollars, and we need to meet a holiday deadline.
I mean, there's always ways to make these games accessible, but
Yeah, Hint, hint. Wink, wink.
And hint, go smell the salty sea air. Here's the thing about like the Legends game, the Legends Arceus. I get what they're going for. They're trying to make all the people who go like, yo, what if like Pokemon, but you could like fucking go anywhere kind of people, and still make it be a Pokemon game. And I'm just going like, those two game mechanical ideas don't go together.
Yeah. I heard it's more Monster Hunter-esque anyway, where you go take on missions.
Because here's the thing.
Which sounds way better.
I would like, yeah, no, that sounds fun. I would love a Pokemon game like that. Let me control the Pokemon, or do something to make it like a puppet fighter. Like, say something like V from Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, yeah.
Like, imagine playing an entire game as V, and you can control and design the makeup of your team.
I think that's what they're going for, with like a bit more turn-based. I mean, again, it seems like right now they're trying to like appeal to so many different people that who knows how well that's gonna succeed.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to appeal to casual Pokemon fans. They're trying to appeal to, like, Sinnoh fans. They're trying to appeal to, like, people who want Pokemon to be good. Or, there's just so many camps, and it's like, you can't please everyone.
Thank God my monster collecting game of choice fucking Digimon, because it's just like, we don't have to fucking cater to anybody. We're just gonna make the game and hope it sells. It does, cool. We'll make another.
And never release it.
Oh no, they released Hacker's Memory. Survive is...
No, yeah, I was referring to Survive.
Yeah. I think Survive is going for something different, though. I think it's aiming for something different, because all the promo material I've seen of Survive makes it look like it has more of like a Digi-Destin kind of vibe, because it has multiple kids on the thing with a bunch of different Digi.
So it's more like, what if we made like a new season of the anime, but it was a game?
Yeah. And they've done stuff like that. There was a PSP game that was basically, this is the first season, but game?
Yeah. I was more referring to like a new season,
yeah,
like your Ghost games or Savers.
I mean, to an extent, that's what the Digimon story games are, like Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory. It's just, instead of being like a normal season of Digimon, it's, hey, what if Digimon, but like edgy?
JRPG?
Not edgy in a bad way, it's just more of like,
yeah, I know.
What if all women had their tits out, you know?
If that isn't a perfect segue to Sam and Max Hit the Road, I don't know what is.
Yeah. No, it is very much a point-and-click adventure of its time, so it's a lot of moon logic. It's a lot of, like, how am I supposed to figure that out? It gives you a hint, and you go like, okay, I can see how I'm supposed to think that way through to get to the solution, but it's still a weird solution. Not in a bad way, but it's just kind of like...
Was this the first of the remake games?
No, this is the first game.
Oh, like the first game. I thought the remake.
No. This is from the 90s.
I thought you were playing the remakes.
Oh no, I'm not playing remakes. I'm playing the original OG. Though I am playing it on Scum VM. Like, you don't follow the emulation and game scene like guides.
Not closely. I do appreciate it.
Well, here's the thing. By technicality, I'm not emulating Sam and Max, because what Scum VM is a complete engine replacement, where it takes all the base assets and understanding of the code, and then just kind of layers it on top of a more robust, more contemporary version of the engine that the games ran on, to make it run better on modern systems. While emulators take the code and try and emulate the old system. Hence the difference in name. So Scum VM is a virtual machine, and an emulator is an emulator. There's a difference. I just think it's a neat little thing, and it's just like, oh, that's really cool. And the program's really good. The only problems I've had with the game is my own dumbassery.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Because like the other day, I played it on stream, folks. If you want to go see the VOD, you go Twitch channel, watch the VOD. There was a bit with a pair of binoculars, and you're supposed to be able to like swing them around, and it says like, oh, click left to go left, click right to go right, and do all that kind of stuff. I'm going like, I'm clicking right. How am I not going right? And then I moved my mouse to one specific area, and it started slowing down and stopped and started going right. And I'm like, I'm supposed to click there and only there? That didn't look like a place to click. It looked like a part of incidental detail. That's my biggest complaint about the game so far. and it's not even like a complaint. It's just like it's a nitpick about the art design. It is super hard to figure out what is part of incidental detail and what is actually something you can interact with.
Are you gonna cover the other games?
I might also just play different point and clicks because I got a couple other ones in the back. I got the entirety of the Monkey Island series. No, Sam and Max has been fun, and like you know the kind of, I wouldn't say it's a meme, but it's like the running joke of the internet of like, oh yeah, Sam and Max are fucking married. Here's the thing. I thought it was just like a thing the more recent games did. I'm going back to these games and it's like, nah, they were running with that gag from the beginning. It's great. It's not even necessarily like a heavily implied part of the gag, but like you ride the tunnel of love together like I had to do it like 10 goddamn times because I couldn't figure out the goddamn puzzle. But yeah, it's just stuff like that. It's fun. Good game. If you want a point and click adventure game and you don't want to play Monkey Island or the King's Quest series or any of those games, I would say give it a try because the writing's solid.
Apparently, the other games get better and better with their writing.
Watch B-Mask's video about fucking Sam and Max. It's good.
Yeah, it's a very good video. One of his best. I think that's it for this episode. Dang, that went like both fast and slow.
I mean, we're figuring things out. And when we have more news, we'll talk about more news, and play more games, we'll talk about more games.
Yeah, but that's all we got. Plug your stuff, Boingo.
Hey, howdy. I'm Boingo Writer. Do you want to follow me on Twitter? It's fucking Boingo Writer. Is it Boingo Writer or is it Boingo_Writer? I can't remember. Boingo_Writer. There's an underscore in the middle. You want to follow me on Instagram? It's Boingo_Writer. Fucking YouTube, just type in Boingo Writer and you'll find me. It's not that hard. TikTok, it's Boingo_Writer. And as always, you can find me on twitch.tv/Boingo Writer every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Pretty much guaranteed. I may do other days, I may do other times and whatnot, but like I try and hit those days as much as possible.
I am Buster Corp. I do video essays on the internet at the Buster Corp YouTube channel. I'm also on Twitter at BusterBluey3. And if you like the podcast you're listening to, subscribe to Modular Media. It's a pretty dope place. We got other podcasts of different geeky varieties. Join us later for the next episode of No More Games.